Music Chunks makes it easy and fun to learn music from your computer or device. The built-in player combines audio, video, and music notation into a single seamless interface. Click on any chunk and you can see notation accompanied by audio or video. Slow down audio recordings without changing the pitch. Create loops of the music for repetition. Transpose notation with ease. View an animated piano keyboard playing your part, and so much more. The player has 3 basic areas: the notation area in the center, the progress bar along the bottom left, and the control bar along the bottom right. The settings menu opens and closes by clicking or tapping the gear button located on the far right of the control bar. Videos show directly above the notation and can be resized by dragging the button between the notation and video. On computers and laptops, you have the option to enter full screen mode by clicking the full screen button in the control bar. Playing and pausing your chunk is the easiest thing to do. To begin playback, click or tap the play button in the lower left of the progress bar. Pausing stops the playhead. If your chunk has a video recording, you can click on the video itself to play and pause. On a computer with a keyboard, you can also use the spacebar to play and pause. You can jump around to any spot in the notation, audio, or video by simply clicking or tapping on that part of the music. If you'd like to jump to a measure that's not currently on the page, click and drag the progress bar for quick movement. Since you can access music chunks on computers, tablets, and mobile devices, you may want to zoom in or zoom out on the music to make it easiest to read. Click on the gear button located on the far right of the control bar to open the settings menu, which contains helpful options for your practice experience. Zoom is at the very top of the settings menu and can be adjusted by dragging the slider left and right. When you're finished with the settings menu, click the gear button again to close it. In any chunk, you can hide the parts of notation that you don't want to see. Say you're looking at a chunk for full marching band, and you only want to see the part of music that you're learning, Vibes 2. Open the settings menu by clicking the gear button. Scroll to find your instrument and part, and click the button that says Solo. This hides all other parts that don't have Solo selected, so you can focus on just your part. If you only want to hide certain instruments, but not others, next to each instrument name is a button with a pair of notes. Clicking this lets you hide or show each instrument's notation separately. The music on Music Chunks comes with audio recordings and/or videos to practice with. Choosing which audio track to rehearse with is easy, using the control bar's Recordings menu. Click or tap on it to open and see which audio track options are given for you to rehearse with. This is also where you can access synthetic playback, which we recommend for when you want to slow down the tempo drastically. By default, you'll usually start by hearing the recording with the full ensemble of that chunk, but many chunks include recordings of the individual instruments or recordings of separate instrument sections. These recordings allow students to get comfortable playing their parts with the full ensemble or other sections of the ensemble. Both with audio recordings, videos, or with synthetic playback, you can turn on a metronome to help you practice. To turn the metronome on or off, click the metronome button in the control bar. If you want to hear a count in from the metronome before the first beat of music, click or tap the gear button to open the player's settings menu. Then under the play options area, click or tap the button labeled Play with Count In. Looping sections of music for repetition is one of the best ways to practice. On your computer, just click and drag to create a loop. Press play and let the reps begin. To make your loops nice and tight, you can adjust the endpoints by dragging them to the exact beat or rest you want to start on. To create a loop on a smartphone or tablet, first tap the loop icon in the control bar. This will create a loop in whichever measure the playhead is currently in. From there, you can adjust the starting and ending points by tapping and dragging. Using loops for repetition gives you all the time you need to practice a phrase. You can loop a section continuously or engage the count-in feature to hear a fresh count in from the metronome before each repetition. To get comfortable with new music or new skills, it's important to slow down first. Whether you're using real audio, video, or synthetic audio, you can change the playback speed without affecting the pitch of the recording. For real audio and video, you can increase or decrease playback speed in 10% increments by clicking the plus or minus speed controls in the control bar. If you want to get more granular, you can change the playback speed to a specific percent by clicking the existing number and entering a new one. Video and audio recordings can be set between 25 and 200% playback speed. However, when you want to drastically change the speed for learning purposes, we recommend you use the synthetic playback option, which you'll find in the recordings menu. More helpful information about using the player on Music Chunks is always available by clicking on the question mark icon beneath the player. This takes you to the help pages of SoundSlice, the creators of the player. You should now be ready to access Music Chunks on any device and use the powerful tools inside the player to learn faster and have more fun in the process. Discover and learn your favorite music, one chunk at a time.